The Wolf and the 7 Little Kids. Once upon a time, there was a mother goat who had 7 little kids. Kids are baby goats. The mother goat loved her kids as much as any mother could love her children. One day, the mother goat had to go into the forest to get some food. But before she left, she called all of her children to her and said, "Dear children, I must go into the forest to get some food. While I am gone, I want you to watch out for the wolf. If he gets into the house, he will eat you all up. Now, be careful, because the wolf often disguises himself." Disguise means to change the way you look so that other people will not recognize you. But you will always know it is him because of his rough voice and his black feet. If someone has a rough voice, it means that their voice doesn't sound nice. The 7 little kids replied, "Don't worry about us, Mother. We promise to be careful." And so the mother goat said goodbye and went into the forest. It was not long before the kids heard someone knocking at the door. Knocking on the door means to make a noise by hitting the door. "Open the door, dear children," said the voice outside the door. "It's me, your mother. I'm back already, and I have a present for each of you." But the kids knew that it was the wolf because of the rough voice. "We will not open the door," they said. "You are not our mother. Our mother has a soft and pleasant voice, but your voice is rough. You are the wolf." So the wolf went to the shop and bought some honey and poured the honey down his throat until his voice was soft and pleasant. The wolf went back to the goat's house and knocked on the door again. "Open up, dear children," said the wolf. "It's me, your mother. I'm back now, and I have a present for each of you." But through the window, the kids could see the wolf. The wolf had on a disguise. He was wearing women's clothing, so he was dressed just like their mother. But they could see that his feet were black. "We will not open the door," they said. "Our mother has white feet, but your feet are black. You are the wolf." So the wolf went to the baker. A baker is someone who makes bread by baking it in the oven. And the wolf said, "I have hurt my feet. Please put some soft dough on my feet for me to make it feel better." Dough is the soft white mixture that is baked into bread. After the baker had put the dough on the wolf's feet, the wolf went to the miller. And in old times, a miller was someone who crushed grain into flour. Flour is the white powder that is used to make bread. Throw some of that white flour over my feet for me, said the wolf. The miller guessed that the wolf was trying to trick someone. So the miller said, I will not. Do it, said the wolf, or I will eat you up. The miller was afraid for his life. So he put the white flour on the wolf's feet, just like the wolf wanted. It's sad to say, but people are like this. They will do anything to save their own lives. So, then, the wolf went back to the goat's house a third time, and once again knocked on the door. Open up, dear children, said the wolf. It's me, your mother. I'm back now, and I have a present for each of you. First, show us your feet, said the kids. The wolf held his feet up to the window, and when the kids saw that he had white feet, just like their mother, they believed it really was their mother, and they opened the door. But as soon as they had opened the door, the wolf came into the house and threw off his disguise. The little kids now realized their mistake, but it was too late. They were scared and they wanted to hide themselves. The first kid ran under the table. The second kid ran and hid in the bed. The third hid in the stove. The fourth ran into the kitchen. The fifth went into the cupboard. The sixth hid under the big washing bowl. And the seventh went into the clock case. But all this hiding was no use. The wolf found them, and one after another, he swallowed them down whole. Swallow means to make food or drink go down your throat. The wolf found all of the little kids except for the youngest one, the one that was hiding in the clock case. When the wolf was full, he went outside and laid down on the green grass under a tree and began to sleep. Soon afterwards, the old mother goat came home from the forest. She went into her house and was shocked by what she saw. The house door had been left wide open, and the tables and chairs had been thrown down. The big washing bowl had been broken to pieces, and the blankets and pillows had been pulled off the bed. The mother goat was panicked about her children. She looked all over for them, but she couldn't find them anywhere. She called for each of them by name, but none of them answered. At last, when the mother goat called out the name of the youngest kid, a soft voice answered, "Mother, I am in the clock case." The mother goat ran over to the clock case and took her youngest kid out. The youngest kid told his mother how the wolf had come and had eaten all of the others. Then the mother goat cried and cried for her poor children. After crying for a long time, at last she went out of the house, and the youngest kid went with her. They came to the green grass where the wolf was sleeping under the tree. And the wolf was snoring so loudly that the branches of the tree shook. The mother goat looked at the wolf, and she noticed that something was moving inside him. There was something moving in the wolf's stomach, trying to get out. "What is this?" said the mother goat to herself. "Is it possible that my children are still alive inside the wolf's stomach?" Then the mother goat told the youngest kid to run home and bring a pair of scissors, a needle, and some thread. The youngest kid ran home and came back with the scissors, needle, and thread. The mother goat used the scissors to cut open the stomach of the wolf. The wolf was sleeping so deeply that he didn't wake up even after the mother goat cut his stomach. As soon as the mother goat had made a small cut, one little kid put his head out of the wolf's stomach. And when the mother goat had cut a little bit further, all 6 kids came jumping out, one after another. And none of the kids had been hurt or injured in any way, because the wolf had been so hungry and so greedy that he had swallowed all 6 kids whole without even bothering to chew them. So none of the kids had been cut by the wolf's sharp teeth. How happy the mother and her 7 children were. They jumped up and down with happiness, and they all hugged each other. Then the mother told her children, "Now, go and look for some big stones, and we will fill up the wolf's stomach while he is still asleep." So the 7 kids went and got some big stones as fast as they could and brought them back to their mother. Then they put as many stones into the wolf's stomach as they could fit in. And then the mother goat used the needle and the thread to sew the wolf's stomach closed again. Sew means to join something together with a needle and a thread. They did this all quite quickly, and the wolf didn't wake up, and he never knew what was happening. After this, the mother goat and her 7 kids went to hide. After a long sleep, the wolf finally woke up. He stood up and tried to walk, but the stones in his stomach made him very thirsty, and he wanted to get a drink from the well. A well is a hole in the ground that people use to get water out of. But as the wolf began to walk, the stones in his stomach started moving and knocking against each other. Then the wolf cried out, "What is happening to my poor stomach? I thought I had eaten some delicious goats, but now my stomach feels like it has rocks in it instead." Then the wolf came to the well and leaned over and was trying to get a drink. But the heavy stones made the wolf fall into the well. And then, once the wolf had fallen into the well, the heavy stones caused him to sink to the bottom of the water and drowned. When the mother goat and the 7 kids saw that the wolf was dead, they yelled for joy, "The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead!" And they all danced around the well. And the mother goat and her 7 kids all lived happily ever after.